I'm pretty sure everyone's had those type of interactions before where it left such a bitter taste in your mouth and you couldn't stop thinking about it. Totally normal experience. However, I think that experience becomes a lot worse when the person who you were fighting with is a YouTuber. Now, that's not to say that all YouTubers are garbage. Oh, no. Most of them are, though. Anyways, hi, how are you doing, gamers? You all look very submissive and breedable today. So, today's video is going to be a bit of a handful. I'm gonna be discussing a situation which I believe got blown way out of proportion, and amazingly, it was not my fault. And I'm pretty aware that maybe some people are going to say, oh, well, you're making it worse by making a video. First of all, not only am I free to just talk about whatever I want, but as you will see in the video, I have tried my best to keep this whole thing under wraps, while the other person in the situation absolutely did not. So if you ask me, it's free real estate. In the end, this person who I'll be talking about did not give me the same courtesy I did while the situation was ongoing. So personally, I don't really give a shit on what's gonna happen after I release this video. So what I'm going to do is try to give you guys a timeline of events and generally discuss all details of what happened so as to not leave anybody confused. With that out of the way, let's talk about a YouTuber named Spete. So, everything started on September 28th when I posted my video about my art being traced. In said video, I got a DM from someone on Instagram and they informed me about a video that had my traced artwork in it. However, just to be clear, the link was to an original video. It was a link to someone covering the video that had my traced artwork in it. That somebody was Spete. I'll try to make this clear. Spete did not trace or steal my art. He just made a video covering another video that did have my traced artwork in it. Please understand, I am trying to make this as clear as possible. Because God knows he'll try some other kind of bullshit if I don't. Anyways, so my video is up and it's doing good. However, on October 4th, I get an unexpected DM from Spete. The DM reads as follows.
Hey, Miss Easy. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm happy that a video I made calling out those awful FNF/Among Us animation channels helped you find that your art was being traced and used excessively in those animations. While I'm happy that I was able to help with this, I would appreciate it if you could remove any information about my channel from your video. I do not want to be mentioned in your video about this subject. I'll explain why. Since you made your video, I've been targeted with harassment from people that think I am the one that stole your art and traced your artwork. People are flooding my comment section accusing me of stealing your art.
Okay, dude, you have to credit where you get your art from now on. I'm totally serious. Because what you have been doing, taking other people's art and not crediting them in the links below is stealing. There is no sugarcoating it, you're stealing other people's work and not giving them credit. In all your asserts, this is not read literally is in the videos about you don't pay someone to I
can understand why people are confused about this. For some reason, I am heavily mentioned in the beginning of your video, and Quick Sus, who is the channel that stole your art, isn't mentioned by name in the video for some reason. At least, not in the first 5 minutes. I'm not sure why I was mentioned at all, to be honest. If it's not too much trouble, please edit any mention of me out of your video. My channel is being false copyright strike since your video was released. I do my absolute best to credit artists and use images, videos, and music with fair use in mind. To be honest, the damage has already been done, but I can tell your video will continue to gain traction, causing more and more people to confuse me for the person that stole and traced your art.
So, after I got this DM, I proceeded to do nothing. As mentioned before, and this should be pretty obvious, I have this itty bitty little thing called social anxiety. I do not like getting messages from strangers, and I tend to never respond, and especially when it's a big YouTuber with over 150k subs. I also mentioned this as an issue of mine in the very video that I made. Listen, I'm an introvert. I don't like getting messages from strangers. Most of the time, I don't even look at them, I just ignore it. Because as you'll soon see, he was so bewildered that I didn't respond to him. Like, did you not watch the video? Whatever, moving on. It was all quiet until October 5th when he posted a video called Animator Art Thief featuring Miss Zizi. In case you're confused, no, I didn't collab with him, that's just how he titles things. The video overall is just talking about how he supports artists. I don't have a problem with that. I'm aware that he doesn't steal art or trace. What I do have a problem with are certain things that he said in the video towards me. And also kind of the title and the thumbnail at that time. He talked about me for like less than 3 minutes, and yet at the time had my icon in the thumbnail and my name in the title. Weird choice, but go off, I guess. I'm not going to linger on this video too long. There is one specific thing that I really just want to respond to, which was this.
Miss Zizi shows off my channel name and avatar, and even shows off that she watched my video and pauses it at a moment where she notices her own art in the animation that was made by Quick Sus. The image she pauses on is of Sky being bald, and she has a very funny reaction to that, and just, acknowledges that Quick Sus has stolen her art and has traced it, and even proves that it is, in fact, her artwork that she has posted on her Instagram prior to Quick Sus ever making this video. She finds the original video made by Quick Sus, but the thing is, dude, she never mentions who the animation channel is or never mentions their name, but only mentions my name for some reason. I don't understand this. I showed this to friends, and everybody was just like, why did they do this? Why did they show your name so prominently, but not show who the person was that stole their art?
I have been flamed in the past for, quote, not being the bigger person. I did not mention Quick Sus because I didn't want to throw a hate mob towards somebody, but I also did not want to give him attention. I mentioned you, Spete, because your video is where I got my information from. It is really that simple. Also, I am aware that in my video, my wording for certain sections of the video is not the best. I take full responsibility for that. So now, we're going to move into the comments section of this video that he made. Cause oh boy, does it get spicy. Spete, I am very sorry for the situation. I never named the channel out of fear that I'd be judged for not being the bigger person. That's on me. I have my own reasons for doing so. I have updated my description and pinned comment clarifying you aren't the thief. I thought I was clear in my video. I guess I wasn't. Please know I wasn't being malicious.
Like I said in the DM I sent you, I just don't want to be in your video. You can easily use the YouTube editor to cut the part you mentioned me in out. People are still accusing me of stealing art, so it's clear that even though you posted a pinned comment and changed the description, people aren't reading it. I know it wasn't malicious, but people are very stupid on the internet and will look at the title, watch 1 minute of a video, and then react. Unfortunately, because of the events I'm now dealing with, a false copyright strike that may go to court because the person that struck me doesn't understand fair use. All I ask is that you remove me from your video. Thanks.
I can't really do that since the structure of the video would be off if I do so. I'm sorry about that.
So the structure of your video is more important than someone being incorrectly slandered and given false copyright strikes? Think about this. I strongly suggest you edit me out. I've watched your video 3 times. It will not harm the information presented to edit me out. I repeat that I do not want to be mentioned in your video. You had the opportunity to talk to me privately in DMs, but chose not to respond for some reason. If you're worried about how people will view you, then caring about the structure of your video over a small edit to stop someone being slandered, that isn't a good look.
I didn't respond because I have this itty bitty thing called anxiety. Also, I have a lot of in real life stuff going on. I'm sorry I couldn't respond to you, but trying to push me into a corner like this isn't helping.
Bro, I got a copyright strike because of her video, and now I might have to deal with going to court over it. You know nothing about what's going on behind the scenes, so sit this one out. I didn't back anyone into a corner, LMAO. She's being extremely selfish and cares more about her video than someone facing legal troubles and slander.
You facing all that is literally not my fault. I'm not responsible for what that random person did. Take it up with the person who struck your video. I'm sorry, but with you being the channel twice my size, you are the one trying to convince people that things out of my control are my fault.
It's indirectly because of your video. Stop thinking about numbers. I'm just a person, LMAO. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm taking up with the person that struck my channel. But this all stems from your video, and I have clearly said that I don't want to be in it. I will be finding out if I can claim a privacy issue with your video in order to make you take me out of it. Just accept responsibility for the issues you caused, whether it was direct or indirect. The resolution here is simple. Take me out of the video and stop acting selfishly. Like, what the fuck?
What is wrong with you? Your point of the video was to prove you didn't steal art, yeah? Well, you did it? What are you trying to scare me for? So that's how much of the conversation I felt was important. As you've noticed, he said that he'd try to file a privacy claim on my video if I didn't edit him out. Honestly, at that point, I didn't think that this shit was worth it. So on October 7th, I went ahead and edited him out of the video, and then we had this conversation. Are you gonna take down your video, or are you gonna continue to be petty?
Yeah, no problem. I already took it down. I hope you know this wasn't mean to be an argument, battle, or drama. I was genuinely reaching out to another content creator for help. I have nothing against you. I know you didn't do anything maliciously and that this all happened because people are stupid as fuck online. Look, I wish you the best. Thanks for the help, and take care.
Whatever.
LMFAO.
What matters is that the dude is now happy and that he stays the fuck away from me. At least I hoped so. On the same day, October 7th, he posted a video called Scummiest Friday Night Funkin' Artist Extortion. Remember how in one of the comments he mentioned that he was facing a copyright strike? Yeah, that's what this is about. Listen, I do not care about the situation that went on between him and this artist who struck him. I only care about the things he said towards me in said video. 'Cause again, I just had to be mentioned. Which reminds me, he is often critical of me mentioning his name in my video when I didn't have to. Well, dude, same could go for you here. You were just talking about how someone falsely struck your video down. That's all fine and dandy, but what the hell did you bring me up for? Anyways, let's discuss his stupid little claims, shall we?
This person has no idea what fair use is or how the copyright system actually works. And hopefully, you know, they do take this to court. I'd love to sue the hell out of them. It'd be funny as hell to see how confident they are just diminish and fall away because they think they're so in the right because of a video that came out recently about me. I was featured in a Miss ZZ video because Miss ZZ had their art stolen by an animator on YouTube.
Now, maybe this is petty, but first of all, buddy, that video was about how I was dealing with my art being traced. I mean, wow, that's a shock. I wasn't aware that being mentioned in a video for less than 10 seconds in an almost 8-minute video suddenly makes the whole thing about you.
The animation channel known as Quick Sus, who makes Among Us vs. Friday Night Funkin' character animations, had taken one of their pieces of fan art of the character Sky and used it in their animations multiple times. Miss ZZ had mentioned my channel, but didn't mention Quick Sus as the channel that stole the artwork. So I was getting a lot of comments from people saying that I was an animation channel, that I stole art, that I'm in a lot of drama right now, or that I have so many issues around my channel because I steal art and I don't credit artists. An incredible amount of misinformation came from Miss ZZ's latest video because she mentioned me in it without mentioning the actual animation channel that stole the art.
So I have to ask, what misinformation did I spread? I am fully aware that I did not word things out quite right, but that's not misinformation. You claim that it's because I didn't mention Quick Sus but mentioned you. That does not mean I misinformed people. Nothing I said in the video was incorrect. When it came to you being mentioned, it was just about how through your video I found a tracer. That is not wrong. And then you also mentioned that I was a pain to work with.
Ms. Zizi was horrible to deal with.
Well, you see, Spete himself wasn't exactly a peach.
I asked them several times that, they're affecting me, that I have a copyright strike against my channel because of the video. And they, made these statements saying, it's not my fault that someone issued a false copy strike against your channel. You should take it up with them. It's not my fault that people are misinformed and think that you're stealing people's artwork. When it absolutely is. It was entirely her fault. There was misinformation in her video. It was poorly done. Her video is based off of emotion entirely, and it wasn't put together well.
No, it fucking isn't. Guys, I know this sounds like a wacky, wild claim, but a content creator is not responsible for the actions of anybody who engages with their content. Also, what is this reasoning? What if there's two people having a conversation about the topic of crime, and then the next day, one of them robs a bank? Is it also the fault of the other person in the conversation because they brought up the topic? That's not how this shit works. And again, I did not misinform anyone. I never said Spete traced my art. I never said Spete used my art without asking. That didn't fucking happen.
And you can see Angel Comics reaches out to Miss Zizi on Twitter asking for help, claiming that I have stolen her art. I find it hilarious that Miss Zizi was saying, oh, this isn't my fault. And then the person that's issuing me a false copyright strike is directly asking for help from Miss Zizi because she obviously saw the video and was misinformed by it entirely.
So, the person who struck you reached out to me. And that must mean I caused it. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that supposed to be a valid point? Was that supposed to be some sort of W? Holy shit, a random person replied to a content creator's tweet. Yeah, dude, that's so wild.
In Miss Zizi's video, she really encourages the idea of copyright strikes and says that, she issued several copyright strikes against Quick Sus, which obviously made Angel Comics think that it was a great idea to issue a copyright strike against me.
I encourage the idea of copyright strikes. Just take that in for a second. You see, I don't encourage the act of copyright strikes. Oh, no. I just encourage the idea, at least according to Spete. So here's the thing. I believe I know where he came to this conclusion. At the very end of my video, I say this. Aware that it is unrealistic to expect this type of content and art theft to just stop. However, as far as art theft goes, remember, you can always do something about it. Your hard work is worth protecting. Now, I have to ask the audience, where in that clip did I encourage copyright striking people? Artists should protect their work. That does not mean striking people. You're just straight up lying. You go on to complain about how I wasn't nice to you, and then you show a screenshot of our DMs where I was being dismissive towards you? Damn, bro, it's almost like I was dealing with somebody who was also mean and blamed me for an act that I didn't commit. How? How is it possible that in this DM you claim you aren't being malicious, but then straight up lie like this? In your video, near the end, you seem to understand that what I did was a mistake, and yet you still chose to paint me in this way? You can't play both sides like this, you dunderhead! Now, we are done with that video. Why don't we move on to what he DM'd me on the 8th, directly following the DM that he showed in his own video?
Many people have said I could sue you for defamation and win because of the strike I'm dealing with. That is actually looking pretty reasonable right about now, after reading your tweets about me. A privacy claim isn't legal action, but I'm sure you could care less about the finer details about things. You should watch what you say. If this copyright claim goes to court, I will be looking into what I can do about the damages you in your video have caused.
Are you kidding me? Peaceful resolution, my ass. You really are trying to push me into a corner here. I edit out the section including you in my video. That's the extent of my involvement. You need to leave me the fuck alone.
I do not want to talk to you or about you. Keep me out of your mouth. I will pursue this legally if the time comes.
Spete, you can't be serious. You want to sue me for defamation? I didn't do anything to you. What the fuck would you say in front of the judge? Well, you see, Your Honor, she didn't exactly say incorrect information and tried to push this fact, but there was a misunderstanding and I got mean comments calling me a thief. Also, I just gotta point this out. You're upset that I badmouth you on my Twitter? Oh, you mean the vent tweets where I don't mention you by name? Yeah, I made tweets about how I was upset during this whole situation. This was on the 7th after I edited out his mention. Again, I did not say his name. In fact, I never had any mention of him at all on my Twitter. However, Spete is more than glad to speak ill will of me and is totally fine with his fans calling me a bitch on a tweet where he posted about how me blocking him was some sort of a win. What the hell is wrong with you? You've got some weird-ass double standards. Also, before Spete comes in with some kind of defense about how he's justified because he's the victim in this, no, Spete, you're not. During this whole situation, you were rude to me, lying through your teeth, and assuming things about me that I didn't do. And now you want to sue me for defamation? Again, over something that I didn't fucking cause. I'm going to make this quite clear. I am not a victim, and neither is he. But he sure likes acting like one. Okay, so we're near the end of this issue. Near the end of October, I was informed by a friend that the first video that Spete made about me was public again. At first I thought, okay, bitch move, but then I see his pinned comment.
For whatever reason, Miss ZZ started badmouthing me on Twitter and spreading lies that I threatened her with a lawsuit if she didn't edit me out of her video. This isn't true. Our conversations are in the comments section, so feel free to look at them and see how difficult she was to talk to, and that I only told her I would be looking into issuing a privacy claim on the video to ensure that I get edited out of it. A privacy claim isn't legal action. She was absolutely one of the worst people I've ever had to deal with. I was nothing but polite in DMs, and she decided to spread lies about me. Many people have said that she could be sued for defamation due to the damages her video have caused. Jesus fucking Christ, this FNF community is god-awful. People also began spreading that I took this video down to hide what I said to her. I have nothing to hide. I took the video down because she asked me to. Simple as that. At the time of taking it down, I had proven my point and things were looking good. But because of Miss ZZ's lies and the FNF fandom spreading them, I am now bringing this video back so anyone can see what actually happened. I absolutely hate this fandom.
I am so fucking tired. I vented about the situation for the last time on my Twitter, and I think that sums up everything nicely. Don't know how that one YouTuber who threatened to sue me still thinks they're so great after going back on their word, making a petty video about me public again, and making such a big fuss over the slight mention of them when they do the exact same thing in their own content. Like, buddy, you don't have room to fucking talk. Your content is about drama that doesn't involve you, and I'm more than sure that those people never wanted to be included or publicized in such a way. You painted me as a person who endorses artists to just randomly strike people. You blamed me for a strike that someone else did. You voiced that in the video. I just mentioned you as the video I got info from, and you threatened to sue. Who the fuck is slandering who again? After this, I'm not going to say his name nor respond to anything he does. He can scream and shout in the void all he wants. Let him shout about how much of a meanie I am. I don't care. My finishing statement, Spete really is one of the worst creators that I have interacted with, and oh yeah, you really seem to suck at Mario Sunshine. This really hurt to watch as someone who's good at platformers. Okay, the video's over. Happy holidays to everyone. I will see you later, gamers.